Paranormal podcast. Today is our first day of launching our podcast. This is kind of a little sneak peek of what our podcast and stuff is going to be about. We just wanted to give a little explanation of what's going on, and hopefully we'll have a couple more after this with some information on how to contact us. But we just wanted to introduce ourselves to you today. I am your host, Monica Bentley, and this is our co-host, Donna.
Yeah, and Monica likes to call me her resident skeptic because I have never really believed in ghosts or, I don't know, really thought of anything paranormal. I just thought paranormal was ghosts and scary stuff, and I never really thought about what else it could be. And I've recently had my eyes opened and my mind opened to just the possibility that, or I guess that paranormal means anything other than normal. So whatever can't be explained.
The unknown.
Yes, the unknowns. And
there's good unknowns and there's bad unknowns.
Exactly.
And we will be featuring another video as well with the interview that we did on a little practice run that we were doing with our friend Joel.
Yes.
And that'll give you a little bit also more in-depth explanation of how we feel about things. As far as the paranormal, I myself have been always fascinated with the paranormal. I've been into the paranormal for years. I've had some things happen, just little minor things, but I don't know what it is that draws me to it. I just know that I am very fascinated with it, and I guess it's because I'm a problem solver and I can't seem to solve these.
Yeah.
And so it keeps me more into, well, can I figure out if that's fake? Is that real? You know?
Yeah.
So that might be part of the reason why I'm really into the paranormal.
Yeah, and I think now that my understanding of the paranormal or my view of the paranormal has been widened, I really think that, that I would like to open other people's eyes to the spiritual warfare that is happening in the world and the realness of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good spirits, bad spirits.
There's a lot of people that are affected by the paranormal. Some are really good. There's some that are really bad, and I also learned when I was younger, messing around with the paranormal and Ouija boards, and that it's not a joke.
Yeah.
This stuff to me is real. I've had some not so fun stuff happen, and honestly, I love the paranormal. Obviously, I'm doing a podcast on it, but there's certain things I won't do anymore, which is I will not mess with a Ouija board anymore because my experience wasn't good. And then I also feel that I am a little bit of a, not so much a sensitive and stuff, but I can it's like I know things or I envision things, it's not that I have ESP and stuff, but I can feel things. I read a room when I go into it. I can tell you whether it's a good, happy place to be or if I don't want to be in there because the oppression is so bad. But I don't claim to be like a sensitive or anybody that can communicate. I'm always looking to communicate. One of these days, maybe I'll be able to communicate, but you got to go about it the right way too. You got to be very careful.
Yeah.
All these people going out there and doing this investigating and stuff, which is great because I've done it a little bit too. And we do have another, a friend of ours that might be joining us on some of the podcasts. She is a paranormal investigator, but you need to really make sure that you know what you're doing. Don't just jump out there and start doing stuff because you don't know what's going to happen or what you can bring home with you.
Yeah, definitely. I think you can open up doors to spiritual attack if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But you also can have really good experiences with the paranormal too, just because a lot of people think it's all demonic and it's not all demonic. You can have angelic paranormal stuff happen too.
Yeah, definitely. I think things like out-of-body experiences and near-death experiences, some of those, definitely are eye-opening as far as the good side of the spiritual. Not everything is demonic, but I think we also have to be very careful because I feel that Satan and demons can replicate or imitate. They often imitate good and give an image of being good, and really if it's leading you away from God in any way, then I would be very careful to attribute it to like angelic beings. One thing I wanted to talk about today is that I know a lot of people have been asking Monica and myself, what's taking so long? How come you guys haven't started yet? What's taking so long to get this podcast going? Because it's been in the works a little over a year.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, a little bit over a year. And at the beginning, Monica was doing pretty much everything on her own. And she's had a lot of struggles, so we don't need to go into all of your medical history and setbacks, but there have been a few.
Yeah, a few more than I would like to have. But yeah, anyways, it has been a little bit of a struggle getting going and trying to do this on my own because honestly, I started out on Facebook saying, hey, community, how would you like to have a paranormal podcast here? And I got a lot of responses and I sat and thought about it for a while and I said, you know what, I think this is what I want to do. So I just kind of started thinking about it and talking about it a little bit. And then one day I was just like, I'm going to do this. And I started looking into it and getting things. And I wanted my own space, my own special space for it. And I wanted my own special touch to it. I didn't want to go with green screens and stuff because I want them to feel the atmosphere in here and have that comfortable vibe instead of that TV studio setting.
Right.
So I went out to an antique store and started looking at stuff. And this is what I ended up with. My little studio that I set up. And then missing a lot of work because of my medical issues. It's been a financial struggle, so I have had to put it together as I can grab money from here and grab money from there to be able to get it going.
Especially as far as getting equipment, microphones, cameras, screens.
I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't have to go that way, but I want this to be a success for me and for you and for our community. And so I might have went a little bit overboard at first, but now I don't have to worry about getting all this stuff later.
That's true. And also we've had a learning curve.
Yes.
We had no idea what to do, how to do any of this stuff. So we've had to learn about the equipment and how to hook everything up and
recording and then editing, and which we're still working on some of that. We're still going to have to learn a little bit on how to get all this out there to the different platforms and how to get my followers to be able to subscribe. I mean, it's named Southwest Spirits Paranormal Podcast, and it's not just for like the Southwest Colorado area that I live in. This is for New Mexico, Utah, and Nevada, because there is so much history here. And I feel like most people talk about the paranormal, they talk about the paranormal over in Louisiana or here on the southwestern side of the United States. And I know there's a lot of stories out there that you guys can share with us, and that's what my platform's mostly about. Is I want you to be able to call in or write in your stories, and you can do it anonymously. You don't have to give your name or where you live or anything. And we just want to make it a good place and a comfortable place for you to be able to come on and share your experiences. And I will have a phone number set up and an email set up. So if you want to write in your stories, Donna and I will be happy to read your stories, and then we're going to have discussions about it. And then if you call in your stories, you're able to call it in and in your own way, your story, and we'll have to about it. The reason why I call her my resident skeptic is I'll get the point of views as why she doesn't think it's paranormal and why I might think it is. But also I want to be able to just give a place for people to open up, you know.
Yeah.
This isn't something that people should keep inside because it does mentally affect people sometimes. Just, I want to hear the stories. You know, we're going to be also reading stories about places in the Southwest area that people don't really know that are haunted places, and we're going to get out there and we're going to go not necessarily investigate, but take a look at these places, get some pictures so we can show them to you, and we're going to get the stories out to you guys. So we're hoping to make this something that's just a comfort zone for whoever wants to just get their story out there.
Yeah. You know, some of these stories can be unbelievable. So we want you to feel free to call in or write us your story so that we can get it out there, because we do believe you.
And then we will also have special guests on our show as it starts progressing along. Other young lady that's going to be working with us every once in a while that I mentioned was a paranormal investigator. I am going to invite some of her people to come in on our show and tell us about one of their investigations. And if you become a subscriber, you'll have special access to be able to call in during that live show and ask them questions after they give their investigation, or if you want questions on if you're investigating and you don't know how to do something, maybe they can help you a little bit with that. But that's going to be a little bit more down the road once we get to learning a little bit more of this.
Yeah. We're still learning. We're still figuring it out, and we appreciate you guys just bearing with us for now. We would love for you to send us your stories. We have a Facebook page, and you could send us a private message on there or just post that you would like us to reach out to you. And we would love to hear your stories.
Yeah, or you can even post your stories on there if you'd like, and we can go on there every once in a while and look through them. And if we decide that we are really interested in your story, we might air your story off of that platform as well.
Yeah.
So I plan on trying to be on Facebook and YouTube, and Instagram, X, Patreon, and
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We'll get there.
yes.
We're still figuring it out, but we'll get there.
Right, and the only way we're going to get there is with your help. So follow us and
like,
subscribe.
tell your friends about us.
Yes, get the word out there. Actually, this is my logo right here. I have some shirts made up already that'll come down the road for sale here soon. But just me wearing my sweater and my shirt around, I've already had people asking me,
Yep.
questions about, oh, where's that podcast at and stuff, and
When's it gonna start?
we're getting it there, so it's getting ready to take off here real soon.
All right.